My name is Joe Hupy. I'm a professor within the School of Aviation and Transportation Technology here at Purdue University. Drones have become more than a novelty in fires, and if we go back to when I was embedded with fire crews in 2018 fighting fires, drones were very much not just an anomaly, but they were an outside factor that was feared. And when we were involved in fighting these fires, the people who were in both the manned aircraft but also on the ground saw drones as almost like a pesky outside implement that was getting in the way. Since that point, what we've seen are drones becoming more or less part of the everyday operation. In fact, now the Department of the Interior, while they still do contract out, oftentimes they just are doing that within their own firefighting operation to where they have employees who actually work for the Forest Service, who work for the Department of Interior, who work for the Bureau of Land Management, who are flying these, and they have drone pilots within the fire crews. During a fire event, the one big component that you're not going to be able to deal with easily is the haze and the smoke. And the higher you get up in altitude, the thicker that becomes and the more difficult it is to see through. From a prevention standpoint, you can fly over an area with the drone and you can get high resolution imagery and identify fuel. And then of course you have during the fire event, which is to where you want eyes. And when you have a drone, it's able to fly much lower than manned aircraft. And that's going to be important because when you're flying that drone, you want to be able to see through the smoke. So one of the frontiers that I'm working on with some people in computer science that I'm really hoping to progress this forward is to have it to where we can start using AI in real time during fire events. And so this is a lot of, it's just growing exponentially. So there's companies like Skydio that have edge-based computing on these drones to be able to make real-time decisions and compute information. A lot of these things that we have manned aircraft doing, drones could do much more efficiently. So I just see them expanding their role in terms of ever increasingly large platforms that are capable of larger and larger payloads, replacing manned aviation. This is the worst time of the year in places like the Northwoods, to where you get these dry winds and all of this dead grass from the winter, and you're going to get you can get like a quick 8-acre flare-up. You're not going to have time to get eyes on that thing by calling in that DNR aircraft from, let's say, Marquette, Michigan, K.I. Sawyer. You're going to have to get something up in the air fast. So you could have it to where that fire crew shows up, they open up that case, and there's drones now that you can deploy within under a minute. And you're going to have that thing up in the air with a thermal sensor and an EO, true color sensor, to get eyes on that smoke to identify exactly what you're dealing with and where it's going.